Okay, everybody, my name is Lowell, and welcome to the channel. So we've got a reaction video for us today. This is how Major League Baseball Stadium feeds 40,000 fans every game. So this is from hot dogs to lobsters. Let's jump in and let's have a look at this one.
How do you feed the population of a small city almost 4 times a week for 7 months straight? And how do you deliver a massive variety of food styles at high level quality over and over and over?
Welcome to game day. We're here. We've been cooking since 6 a.m. We're going to keep cooking till 9 o'clock tonight. We're doing hot dogs. We're doing hamburgers. We're doing filet. We're doing lobster.
A lot of people will say, what are you thinking? We are the Atlanta Braves. We do things different.
We are the biggest restaurant in the Southeast on a game day. We have the best food in baseball.
Dang. Okay.
Here we are in Truist Park. We're in the heart of Braves country right now. We will feed more than 40,000 fans on a nightly basis, and we will do that
40,000. 40,000. Damn.
Feed more than 40,000 fans on a nightly basis, and we will do that 81 times throughout the regular season this year.
Oh,
Dang.
how many hot dogs do you think we make?
700, 800,
How many burgers?
at least 600.
The fun part about this is I love math. It's all stats. How many hot dogs is everyone going to eat? How many sodas are they going to drink? How many gallons of beer do we need? One person might eat 3 hot dogs. One person might eat 0. So is that 1.2? So 1.2 times 41 times 81. I mean, we're going to sell 1 million hot dogs this year. That's going to be almost 100 miles of hot dogs laid end to end. 76,000 pounds of brisket. It's going to be the equivalent of 25 cars. 130,000 gallons of beer this year. That's the equivalent of about 7 swimming pools. And I'm only going to have a little bit.
At the center is executive chef Jaco Dreyer, running a system of nearly 2,000 people powered by Delaware North, the Braves food and beverage partner at Truist Park.
Dang.
For weeks now, approximately 7 trucks a day have been unloading everything this operation depends on.
We go from 0 to 100, in a matter of moments. Once the pallet drops on the dock, it gets dispersed throughout this building.
For each homestand, he unloads 650 gallons of ice cream, 8,000 pounds of popcorn, 18,000 pounds of cheese, and over 73,000 pounds of French fries.
So let me just get my head around this. So the one thing does food for everybody. I thought that like the individual stores would do their own food, or is this just for they've got their own Atlanta Braves catering? I thought different stores had different restaurants in there. I thought they would do their own food. I don't. Okay.
1,000 pounds of popcorn,
Okay.
18,000 pounds of cheese, and over 73,000 pounds of French fries will pass through this loading dock. Enough bread, produce, and beef to sell nearly 15,000 burgers, sorted, staged, and sent through the maze of Truist Park.
For today, this is all the bread that we are planning on serving. We do go through thousands and thousands of packages of nuts. It would not be a ballpark without nuts.
And during opening week alone, Chef Jaco will
I'm surprised they're still allowed to sell peanuts, because everybody's so allergic to them these days. Okay. All right.
Of nuts. It would not be a ballpark without nuts.
And during opening week alone, Chef Jaco walks almost 9 miles a day, keeping the whole machine moving. Because different parts of the stadium are fed in different ways, ingredients are first routed to several central kitchens, like the concessions, main production, and commissary kitchen, which may contribute to the concourse operations, or the Delta kitchen, which is connected to the club spaces. These fully equipped kitchens are where most of the prep and cooking gets done, by roughly 400 cooks, 50 stewards, and 9 chefs. From these hubs, food moves out to its next stop. For concessions, by far the largest operation, that means feeding nearly 90 stands across the stadium, many without the same space for full production. From kitchen to customer, every step is determined by where it's going and how it's served. There's a wide range of food experiences. Out on the concourse, it's classic ballpark staples. Premium stands push things a bit further, more complex, but still built to move. And in the clubs, like the Delta Club or the Truist Club, it shifts into an elevated restaurant-style experience. On a day like this, with an evening game, the main kitchen is up and running by 5 a.m. The commissary, Delta, and concessions kitchens are not far behind, and open at 7. By mid-morning, all 4 kitchens are buzzing with less than 6 hours till gates open at 4:30. The concessions team begins heating the proteins for the day, meats they've seasoned from scratch and prepped in bulk. It's all designed to make the most of limited space. Small footprint, massive output.
This is the main concessions production kitchen. This is where the tire meets the track. If you look at the size of this kitchen feeds 42,000 people. We have all of this data right next to you that tells us where is everything going by quantity. From here, it gets dispersed up into the stands.
Chef Yako's system is meal prep on steroids. 8 weeks before opening day, the concession team starts bulk producing proteins, since it's one of the most demanding parts of the process.
It's just too much quantity. Bulk production is items that we know takes more than 2 hours to produce. So I would identify all my proteins. We smoke brisket, we grill chicken, we smoke pork butt. It has to get pulled out, has to get chilled, and then we bag it, label it, vacuum seal it, and place it in the freezer and or in the refrigerator. We choose to find small nuances and efficiencies throughout our operation. As an example, 8 packs on each shelf. Each bag at 5 pounds a piece. 2 bags, that's $40. 3 bags, that's $60. 4 bags, that's $80. All right, everybody. This is what I call the pull thaw cooler. If you think about in your mom's house, you can pull something out of the freezer, you can run it under water, and it goes right into the frying pan. Over here, I don't have that luxury. We allow it in a safe space and environment to thaw out naturally. Once it's thawed out, we will take it up and send it to all of the stands and disperse it accordingly. We don't guess what goes where. So a lot going on, but a lot of fun.
And if you think 8 weeks is a lot of lead time, Chef Yako began designing the 2026 menu all the way back in October of the previous year. Everything has to be shaped and adjusted around what actually works at this scale. So 5 months is necessary for pressure testing, because if something breaks, it's going to break thousands of times.
Concessions is fast-paced. So when I do design a menu for our concessions, I think about, first and foremost, the speed.
And what that means, there's 41,000 people that have to be fed in about 4 hours. So we have to have what they want ready when they want it. And that's why we're always trying to figure out, how do we become faster? How do we boil it down to just the bare minimums that have the most flavor and the most excitement? We want to make sure their beer is cold, because I'm in charge of making sure the beer is cold. We want them to be able to take it to their seat.
You know, can they walk from the concession stand and maneuver themselves throughout to get to their seat and eat it without making a big mess on themselves? It doesn't seem complex. It's a hamburger or a hot dog, but you know, if I ask you to make me 24 different types of hot dogs, I'm sure you'll scratch your head.
Concessions is also more than hamburgers and hot dogs. Premium offerings like the tacos created by Michelin star-winning chef Carlos Gaitan have to deliver authenticity and flavor at game day speeds.
It's way different what I normally do. You create the menu according to the place that you're gonna be. If you're gonna be doing like 5,000 tacos, it has to be something very simple, very easy to execute. If you do a burrito, it's about 7 to 8 steps. And when you do a taco, probably it's gonna be only 3 steps. I want people to do it faster, but do it the right way.
The stadium's most premium dishes can be found at its clubs here. Presentation matters, which means the structure and sequencing of the preparation is critical.
So out of this kitchen, we are catering to the Delta Club and the Choice Club. The Choice Club is an elite club serving about 180 to 200 guests, and the Delta Club serving about 1,300 to 1,500 guests. The menu needs to be geared for the volume that we do and the time constraint that we have. We don't cut corners. You have to think about it, the process.
The Truest Club operates like a restaurant. Yes, we do have a buffet, but all the food gets fired a la minute, meaning there is absolutely nothing sitting in a box.
À la minute. Cooking to order, not in advance. In this setting, it doesn't mean starting from scratch. No one's waiting 12 hours after ordering a braised brisket. It's about finishing touches right before serving.
Server will come to the kitchen. Chef, we need more short ribs. Chef will fire the short ribs back into the oven, get it hot, get it glazed, place it into the pan, garnish it, re-season it, and go out.
There are those dishes that you cannot scale up. So that's why we're trying to make sure that everything we do is thought out. For example, small, thin pieces of fish overcooks very quickly. So we tend to buy kind of big fish and to have a nice fillet of fish on the menu. We try to roast whole meats and carve versus single pieces of meat. Or like today, we are doing a whole roasted chicken because it stays juicier. How is the guest getting this food? It might be great when it comes out of the kitchen, but then if it sits there for a half hour, how does it look? How does it eat?
By the afternoon, the Delta kitchen is in full swing, par cooking large batches of proteins, pastas, and vegetables. Now is the time to pay attention to more delicate items which have been scheduled for the last possible minute to preserve quality and freshness at scale.
If you have tomatoes on the sandwich, you want to be as far as possible from the bread, otherwise the bread will get soggy. If you have many components of a salad, we don't toss all the ingredients together, because when you mix all the salad with all these ingredients, all the little ingredients fall on the bottom of the salad. We layer the ingredients. The lettuce goes on the bottom, toss a little bit with vinaigrette, and then all the ingredients sprinkled on the lettuce. And then we add another layer of lettuce, like if you would build a lasagna.
For us, it's so important, utilizing the ingredients fresh. If you want to do a guacamole for 400 people, the first thing that you have to have ready is the lime juice. So it's going to help to preserve the avocado. Cut the avocados, but you don't open it until you got everything else. Diced tomatoes, diced onions, julienne cilantro, and then you open it, take the pits out. Otherwise, the avocado is gonna turn color. It's doing it the right way all the time.
Carlos's team will go through almost 300 avocados, 3 cases of cilantro, and over 190 pounds of jalapenos in each 3-day homestand. About an hour before gates open, food for concessions is finished, loaded into carts, hot boxes, and coolers, and pushed out to nearly 90 stands across the concourse. These concession stands can handle up to 1,000 orders per game. They don't need or use ticketing to process orders from their simple menus, which keeps food getting into fans' hands that much faster.
The reason why I separate this.
Okay, so it is. So I always thought, the concession stands were different companies, but it's obviously the whole one, but it's just different food styles. I thought it was like McDonald's, what do they call Burger King in America, Hungry Jack's here. So that's what I thought. And I thought they would be cooking their own food, but obviously it's not. Man, there's a lot of food. I should have ate something before I actually watched this bloody show. Now I'm starving. Man, it is so interesting. It is so interesting. I can imagine the stress of it, getting everything ready, the logistics of getting the food to the right places. If something happens in one step, how far back is that going to kick back the progress? Man, it's a lot to think about.
Simple menus, which keeps food getting into fans' hands that much faster.
The reason why I separate this cheese, because of the fast pace that we at, it's just easier for the crew to grab it. That way when it come off the grill, we can just plop it on and go.
Opening week, they alone sold 14,800 burgers. That's almost 30,000 slices of cheese. If that trip saves a second per slice, you're looking at over 8 hours saved already, just on cheese. That's the system. 1,000 small decisions adding up. Most of the concessions menu keeps it simple, fast, repeatable. And then there's this thing.
The bat flip. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a beast, but it's a beautiful beast. We are the Atlanta Braves. We want to wow our guests. The bat flip is a 7-inch hamburger bun, braised pork belly, 2 patties, truffled cheddar cheese, beef short rib, fresh jalapenos, crunchy fried onions, 2 fried eggs, just topped off with chipotle aioli. I know someone out there is going to try to finish it, and they might succeed.
Oh my God. Oh, that looks delicious.
Something like this, a burger the size of a baseball hat, should slow everything down. But it works, because every part of it has already been built into the operation.
Oh my God.
The long stuff happens early. Aioli, made in-house, bagged, ready to go. 3 different proteins, each handled at a different stage. Short rib, batch produced, portioned, and ready in the pull-thaw system. Pork belly, sliced and par-cooked ahead of time.
The beef itself gets made in the production kitchen downstairs. I had to decide whether it's gonna be lean, whether it's gonna be fatty, what type of seasonings am I gonna put in there. Do I want like a bunch of crunch with the onions and the peppers, or do I want a smooth bite?
Then there are the parts of the process that only happen day of.
The bread comes in from TGM.
I was like, hey, can we get a 7-inch bun made? So we reached out to a local bakery, and she came back 3 days later, and she's like, I got your bun.
We go ahead and cut it, put it back in a bag.
We'll actually take the onions day off because it keeps the freshness, it keeps the crunch.
You cannot teach, develop, mentor anybody by opening up a bag. There is no basic fundamentals. Buying stuff that's pre-cut, pre-diced.
I know I can buy tomatoes sliced. I think there is stadiums that get free sliced tomatoes. I don't think anything is wrong with that. Feeding thousands and thousands of people, you have to do what's right for your operation. Lettuce, I'm identifying any, spoiled or blemished such as this. So I know what our guest is having and experiencing is ultimately the best.
From there, we will build out the station in order of the sandwich.
And then there are the parts that happen a la minute.
We're always thinking about, how do I get this to the guests quickly? So we are gonna have burgers going nonstop. The eggs will be over there, that'll get cracked when you order it. Really, it's mostly assembly. It's just that egg has to finish the dish.
If you think about efficiencies within the kitchen, everything does not come down to the ingredient.
You create a system that helps you to have a continuous service. You want to build the intensity of the service, build it up until you reach the peak. And once you're at the peak, you say, wow, that was easy.
Every single hot dog we do touches a grill. It gets a grill mark on it. That's not normal for 1 million hot dogs.
I work for the Atlanta Braves, and so I don't think there is anything too complicated to pull off. We will find a way to execute it.
The work at Truist Park is never done. Even after tonight's last out, tomorrow will bring over 40,000 new fans, and the whole operation starts again.
If I can take something as simple as food and make you smile, that for me is a job well done. That's why I got into cooking.
That is crazy. That is crazy when you think about it. All that, just the logistics, you know, of even just getting the pallets delivered and then, you know, deposited where they need to go. And then obviously the pre-cooking and everything else, getting everything. Oh, man. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on is an understatement, I think. But it seems like they've kind of worked it out. They've got that system in place and it seems to be working. So 40,000 people. Man, those 7-inch burgers look delicious. Pretty hefty. I don't know if I'd be able to finish one, but bloody hell, I'd give it a good go. But that was fantastic. I loved it. I love that. I love that. I used to work in a kitchen when I was younger, much younger. And even that, you know, it's pretty hectic, you know, on some days, but constantly from 6 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, and you're just waiting for those gates to open and everything in between, you know, trying to get it done. It's like, damn, that's a lot. That's a lot. That was a good behind the scenes look at Atlanta Braves. So let me know if you enjoyed that one, guys. Thank you very much for joining me today. Make sure you stay safe, and I'll definitely see you in the next reaction video. Oh, you're still here? You want more content? Why don't you check out my Patreon down here? You'll get plenty more content and some exclusive videos over there too. If not, why not check out this one over here?